First up this afternoon, tourist arrivals expected to grow by 47% this year following easing of COVID-19 restrictions. That's according to Fitch Solutions research arm of ratings agency Fitch. Charles Nixon-Yeboah has more.
This is coming from a contraction of 65% last year due to effects of COVID-19, which triggered restrictions in some sectors of the economy. As a result, the economy grew by a paltry 0.4%, because many subsectors, including the hospitality, registered negative growth rates. This is because economic activity was at a standstill or had fallen drastically. But a further easing of the lockdown by the government and an improved condition globally due to vaccinations of majority of the populace has sparked tourist arrivals into the country. According to Fitch Solutions, the rollout of vaccines and the easing of restrictions for inbound tourists is key for the recovery of the country's tourism sector. It therefore projected the growth rate in tourist arrivals to remain positive next year, expanding by 28.4%. Further, the research arm of ratings agency Fitch said the positive growth in tourist arrivals in 2021 and next year bodes well for the hospitality businesses such as restaurants and hotels, as well as recreation and culture establishments. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the hotel and restaurant subsector was the third fastest growing in the second quarter of this year.
Well, more on this, joining us is Executive Secretary of the Ghana Tourism Federation, Emmanuel Frimpong. Great to have you on this afternoon. This is certainly some good news, but question is if you have what it takes to support this growth in tourist arrivals, should it happen by the end of this year?
A very good afternoon to you, Darrell, and to your cherished viewers. This is quite an interesting question. I think for us, we are expecting this growth to come. But a question that you've asked if we are prepared, to be honest with you, as a sector, we have not really prepared ourselves for that massive growth. Because if you look at what COVID did to most of our facilities, some of them would need to actually repaint, some of them will need to retrain their workers, some of them will need to get a few things, car rentals, some of them will need to purchase new cars or new batteries, a few other things that need to be done. And we haven't seen that much of investment into our sector the past 2 years that we've seen COVID. So we are expecting the growth, but as to whether we have really prepared ourselves, I don't think we have done that much for that growth. But and what GTA is doing, maybe in the next few months, we should be in a position to receive that huge arrival.
Okay, and understandably so because of the impact of COVID-19 on the sector. But I also want to ask you about the strategy for Christmas, which is a little over 2 months away, because that's where most of the people under you make money.
Well, for now, if you look at the trade associations under the Federation, we are looking at how we can help them scale up, how we can help them develop their strategies for the Christmas, which is usually our bumper harvest for us. So we are also working with GTA. We are likely to roll out some level of training in the next couple of weeks. Probably you might have seen that last few days they trained some of their workers. We are scaling it up. We are training Uber drivers, some frontline operators, some tour guys, some tour operators. If we are able to roll out what we have planned, then at least we are in a position to receive arrivals in the way that we have to. But if we are not able to do that, I'm afraid the old kind of service that we've been given is what tourists are going to receive, and that is not good.
And are there still some sectors facing restrictions? I mean, COVID-19 restrictions, and how are they coping?
Sorry, come again.
I'm asking if there are still some businesses under the tourism sector facing restrictions now, COVID-19 restrictions, and how are they coping? As we talk about Christmas and the anticipation that things are going to be a bit better for you guys.
Well, the parks and beaches are still closed. As the president said, I think at his last event that he spoke, I think they are still working with the industry people to look at the best way that they can actually open up. Hopefully, that can be done before the Christmas so that those in that sector who have suffered for the past 18 months or so can actually see some semblance of they getting back into business. So that is what we are looking forward to. I know there's been some engagement, but as to how far they've gone with it, we are yet to see.